Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate with me, your host, Britsburgh Owen. Guys, speaking to you here in the UK. Your UK Steelers view. Guys, remember, if you've just found the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, hit that sub, ring that notification bell, and come and join the Syndicate family. Well, guys, question. Why do the Pittsburgh Steelers always make the most boring coaching hires? Never a splash, is there? You look at other teams around the league, there's splash there. Look at the Washington Commanders just hiring Eric Bieniemy, for example. Someone the Steelers could have well gone after instead of being stuck with this useless muppet Matt Canada as our offensive coordinator. The guy is Mr. Saturday Night all over. So the Steelers, again, you look at the hires in recent seasons that they've made: internal promotion of offensive coordinator, internal promotion of defensive coordinator. Frisman Jackson from the sacked by the Carolina Panthers, brought in to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pat Mayer, okay, I'll give them that. Decent hire. The guy's done a decent job. But overall, apart from the Brian Flores hire, which was, I think, more out of luck than anything else, the fact that Flores was obviously sacked by the Miami Dolphins and then had a situation where he was being shunned by the rest of the NFL, and Mike Tomlin kind of said, well, okay, guys, that's fine. You shun him and we'll go and get him. We'll go and bring him in. So, there we go. Now, Steelers have moved to replace Brian Flores, who's obviously gone to be the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. And who have they hired? Well, they've hired a guy from the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, someone from the Seattle Seahawks. So automatically you think, oh, I wonder who this could be. This could be anybody. This could be somebody exciting, couldn't it? This could be a top hire. But no, who is it? It's a guy who many of you may never, ever have heard of before. Apparently played in the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Detroit Super Bowl, which was obviously where they won the Jerome Bettis Super Bowl that they won. But again, a hire that just does not make any sense to me. The guy who is called Aaron Curry. Here's Aaron Curry. This is Aaron Curry's career. He went to E. Smith High School. He went to Wake Forest College. He was a first-round draft pick. I mean, that is obviously one thing he has got going for him. He was with the Seattle Seahawks as a player between 2009 2011. He was at the Oakland Raiders between 2011 2012, before finally going on to the New York Giants practice squad in 2013. Another example, I think, of a first-round player that never, ever really made it in the NFL. He then went on to work for the Charlotte 49ers. That's the home of Mr. Alex Highsmith in 2014 as a graduate assistant, before graduating up to be the defensive line coach of the Charlotte 49ers between 2015 and 2018. He then was hired by the Seattle Seahawks in 2019 as their coaching assistant, and then was moved up to be the defensive line coach and backs coach for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, Pete Carroll did speak very highly of him. But the guy is 36 years old. He has not got a great deal of NFL experience. He has not got a great deal of NFL coaching experience, which does, of course, beg the question, what sort of respect is he going to garner from seasoned professionals, seasoned pros likes of TJ Watt, the likes of Miles Jack if he remains with the Steelers, the likes of Alex Highsmith, guys they may bring in during free agency. Curry is not someone who has achieved anything in the NFL, is not anybody who has not really achieved anything in coaching yet, has not really gone on to do anything in coaching yet. His hire to me is a very weird one. I mean, why now as well? It's February. Curry's someone who was under contract, so it's not like he was a free agent who other people were desperate to get. So this could have been a hire that was made, end of March, start of June, even any time like then. Why now is there a sudden rush to go and get Aaron Curry? And why Aaron Curry? Is there no one else better available? Is this just another example of the Steelers hiring yet another boring hire as a coach? Now, obviously, there's a lot of pressure on the Steelers to go out and try and get someone to aid their offense. This will be a great test of the Steelers to whether they're actually going to go out there and get someone who could provide some splash on offense. Does this fact that they've gone for someone quite boring on defense show that perhaps they're ready to go for a bit of splash on offense? Certainly names that have been linked with the Pittsburgh Steelers offense has been names like Byron Leftwich, who is currently out of a job and doesn't look like he will be offered an offensive coordinator's job this year. And also Pep Hamilton, the former offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. Yes, those Houston Texans are the ones that are not very good. So, where would the Steelers go? Yes, they could have had this man. And instead, they're going to probably possibly go for someone like Leftwich or Hamilton. You know, is this a good move? Is this what they need to do? Now, what position this person could be offered? Who knows? Could be special offensive assistant and some sort of passing game coordinator or something like that, which is certainly something that Art Rooney appeared to not rule out when he was interviewed at the season's end. So, excuse me, is this not a chance for the Steelers to actually go out and make some splash? I have my doubts whether they will or not, given the fact that in past history, they've never really gone out and made that splash. The one thing that really frustrates me as a Steelers fan is why we never go out and really invest in our coaching staff. Great coaches can turn good players into great players and great players into legendary, talented, generational, talented players. But at the moment, it doesn't seem that Coach Tomlin, that Omar Khan is overly interested in hiring anyone who brings a bit of splash, a bit of pizzazz, a bit of flair to the Steelers coaching staff. Really investing some time, money, and effort into this coaching staff. You know, the Steelers have one of the smallest coaching staffs in the NFL. And certainly the coaches they bring in are never really coaches that, you know, ever go on to achieve anything. It seems the Steelers don't want coaches to go on and achieve anything. They want coaches that will stay for a long time with the Steelers and not really have any aspirations to go on to anything else, which is perhaps not the best. You know, you want perhaps those ambitious people who want to drive up standards, want to really show off and show out and become future head coaches, future OCs, future DCs. And that's certainly not something the Steelers have done in recent years. I really hope that, you know, as this season goes on and we look perhaps someone to add some on the offensive staff, we go and make a real splash out there and bring someone in who is quality, someone who is going to be a flair name, who is really going to put a light under this offense. Heaven knows we need it because it isn't going to come from Matt Canada. We keep with Matt Canada as offensive coordinator. I cannot see this team winning any more than 9 games this coming season. Anyway, Steelers fans, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Why do the Steelers only hire boring coaches? Let me know. And let's finish this, as we always do, with, here we go, Steelers. Come on.